they're only playing in one theater. Where I love movies. I mean, Dumb and Dumber is one of my favorite films ever.
Right.
Okay, and I love Ozu films too.
Right.
But that I can watch at home and I just eat it up and I love it. But then there's the movies that I feel like are important to see on the big screen are the ones that are hardest to see usually.
Yeah, you don't get them.
Although
Days of Heaven. Can you
yeah,
imagine
yeah,
that?
yeah.
It's much more expansive. Or There Will Be
Yeah.
Blood, as you said. It's a much
Yeah.
different cinematic experience.
Yeah, sure.
On a big
Yeah.
screen at the Impact.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you going after continuity in the roles you choose? You seem to really gravitate towards characters that are outside the system's roles.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or is it serendipitous, Paul? You get a script and it just resonates with you.
Yeah, I guess I certainly never think about. I guess I have certain tastes that affect my choices just as a reader or as an audience member.
Right.
And I think that there's probably certain things that my guts respond to, characters just, or that I want to get to know better. Some people have asked me to play a lot of like outsiders or something, and I don't feel like an outsider myself.
Right.
So maybe that's why I'm interested in characters like that, or maybe somewhere in me, there's something I identify with. I don't have like a neat little answer for it. I'm not.
You're just looking for a little inspiration when
not totally sure. Yeah, it's a little bit like you have taste in women.
Right.
And I often look. Certain things just kind of make you get it up, so to speak.
Sure.
And I prefer to follow those impulses because I feel like I'll probably be a better actor. Than doing stuff that I don't believe in or don't believe in the writing. It's not even believe in like a bigger sense. Like I'm fine. I have this part in this Tom Cruise, Cameron Diaz film coming out called Night and Day this summer. It's this action comedy, and
right.
For whatever reason, people don't expect to see me in that. But I thought I could do something with the character, and the character's kind of funny, and that. As long as I can bring something.
Well, Crispin Glover said to me once when I interviewed him, he said, I do these big movies to pay the bills for my art.
Right.
And I thought that's a great answer. He's being completely honest.
Yeah.
And you can't be any quirkier than Crispin. And his movies are way on the fringe.
I just saw when I saw Hot Tub Time Machine, and he's in that.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh. I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great reason. I think I'll probably have to do that at some point. Luckily, I use the excuse of youth. I sort of see like this time period that I've had right now. I don't have like a family or a child, or so I'm not a fortune seeker right now. Maybe I will be someday. I don't know. But you got to do that because also, truthfully, like you were saying, John Hillcoat, you want to. I am very ambitious, and I would like to get to a point. You want to be able to help the movies that you like get made.
Right. And
to do that, you have to reach a certain level of notoriety or success or what. So I'll have to learn how to navigate that in the best way for me.
Well, you're doing a pretty good job so far. I'd say people who are following your career arc would say there's a thoughtful young man who really is putting his craft first and foremost. And if you can sustain that kind of career in any art form, from whether it be writing, music, I think that is probably the golden ticket.
Yeah.
And still maintain your integrity as a human being.
Yeah.
Everyone, I think, we love to build people up so we can knock them down a couple of pegs and then forgive them and then build them up again. But when you're dwelling in this world where you're really taking meaty roles, I think it says a lot about the artist.
Well, good. Yeah, I do too. And it's weird for me. It's like my face is like I'm up there, even though I'm playing somebody else, and you have to, talk about it and look at it and all that.
Get on the press junket.
It even harder. Yeah.
Talk endlessly about it.
Yeah.
What was the biggest surprise for you working with Brian, and in this camaraderie that you established that's so real and genuine in the movie?
Well, the most surprising thing I think for me was my first film I ever did was called LIE, and it was with Brian. And he was sort of a paternal figure then. Now more of a buddy, and so it was good to be able to just kind of hang out with him and really get to know him,
right?
Rather than just somebody you're sort of working with, because he's a great actor and I have a lot of respect for him. And he's also, God, he's done so much on film and on stage too. His chops are like, he's just, he's just.
You had to be on your toes when you guys were.
Yeah, he's
the
just
rift between you guys.
Always on.
Yeah.
He's good.
It's like jazz music, really. When I watched the movie, there's this kind of interplay between all the characters, really, in the movie. I mean, it's just like, whoa, here's the trombone, here's the drums,
right.
boom, who's holding. Brian's kind of centering the whole thing as the band leader, and then you guys are, time to solo, Paul,
right,
in and out, and it's effortless.
Yeah,
really
okay,
beautiful
good.
thing.
Good.
And it's a guy's movie too. It's one of my complaints is, where are the guy movies? I'm of a certain age where you say, hey, I grew up and I saw those Nicholson movies and Scorsese movies, and the young filmmakers making the guys movies. Wes Anderson is, but and there are a handful of directors. But when you see a movie like this and it's generational, you can say, wow, you can take your father to this movie, or someone who is a paternal figure, and say, check this out.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't like a good bar like that? So I mean, that's There are
few left in New York, but I think those that are left will maybe become more crowded after this movie.
Yeah.
Who are some of your mentors? And it could be, I don't know, any area of the arts. Was there like a teacher moment in your young life, or your parents, or cousin?
Well, I have to say something that I sort of realized recently was how great my parents were in terms of they never said don't try this, it's too hard to make a living, or like that kind of thing, and I always thought that's what parents were supposed to do, so I didn't realize that not everybody has that, and once I realized that, I felt really lucky that I never felt like trying to become an actor was a foreboding or a dangerous, or I knew what it was and I was fine with that, and so were they, and so that's nice. But I don't know, my idol right now is definitely LeBron James.
He went to my high school, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
I went to that small Catholic high school in Akron, Ohio, same high school. I've not been able to get the interview, though. There are a lot of layers to him.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I'm an alumni.
Yeah.
Interesting you say LeBron, though.
He's just, he's unbelievable, and he's just the best, and he works really hard. He's sort of my idol right now. I've certainly had actors that I've looked up to. I look up to directors a lot for some reason as an actor, though, and careers, like people like Robert Altman or something, who are able to do movies in different genres but kind of make them their own, and do things that were successful, but also do things that were, small, and that's, something I aspire to, but those aren't mentors. I've had very important experiences, but there's not like one person I call or something, for advice. I guess, my girlfriend is probably the most important.
The biggest sounding board right now?
Yeah.
Or buddies, sometimes you just like, you got to hash stuff out with, there's that confessional aspect in all of our lives.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. My friends are I feel like are sort of almost for the opposite. Most of my friends here they're not actors, and most of them aren't really involved in anything to do with this, and that's something I really value.
Absolutely.